and gentlemen, I am Paul. I talk about a personage very important of the car's history. You know who? No? Okay, it's Henry Ford Ligotot.
Good afternoon, I am Henry Ford Ligotot. I was born in July 13 in 1863 in Greenfield, USA.
His parents were William Ford and Mary Ligotot.
He married with Carla Bigot in 1888 and had one son, Edsel Bryan Ford.
Henry invented his first car in 1896 and was very cheap for the people made both. And he was a person very wealthy. Nowadays, his house is an exhibit and have a museum.
Relate me that my mansion that was built in 1914 for my personal friend Thomas Edison and is very popular.
Two in Dearborn are an exhibition about the various cars that he built, and exists a museum that presents limousines.
And so his mansion had most of 50 rooms, a space of land 5 hectares, a lake and many green space that surround the big house.
3.
I was very generous. I prayed in mass production the economy model. I helped to charity for society and I respect the minimum wage for day and all.
He helped his workers with the aim to increase the income of the employee, also give shares of the Ford motor to his workers.
Finally, Ford helped to specialization, the job and employment, the line production, and he contributed the online of the credits for the cars financing.
The history of the car begins with the self-propelled vehicles for steam of the 18th century. In 1885, the first motor vehicle is created by internal combustion engine by petrol. It divides in a series of stages marked by the principal technological milestones. One of the inventions most typical of the 20th century has been undoubtedly the car. The first prototypes were created at the end of 18, but this was not what the any decade later when these vehicles started by seen as anything useful. The creation of the car for Ford led to an innovation, since it was simulated by petrol and was cheap.
It is for it that to the being for one of the most important prominent figures in the car history we take as fact the creation of his car and his company. Everything begins in 1879 when Ford decided to leave his house to go to Detroit as apprentice of machinist James Flowers and Bros, and later in Detroit Drug Company in 1888. It returned to the Dearborn to be employed at the farm and took charge of the managing of the portable steam engine Westinghouse until he becomes an expert. This led him to being contracted by the company Westinghouse to have service to high system engines.
In 1891, Ford obtained the engineer's position in the company Edison, and after his ascent chief in 1893, began engineer to have sufficient time and money has to dedicate it to his own experiments with engines of petrol. These experiments reached in 1896 with the invention of his self-propelled vehicle kayak bike, which did his first test successfully on June 4 of this year. After several tests, Ford began to develop ideas to improve it. After the successful beginning, Ford came to Edison illuminating in 1899 together with other investors. An automobile company formed the Detroit. The company soon finished in bankruptcy through the fall of which Ford was continuing improving the prototypes instead of selling cars. It was doing carriers between his car and those of other manufacturers to demonstrate the superiority of his design. With this interesting in the cars of carriers, there quit Henry Ford Company. During this period, he led personally one of his cars in the victory opposite to Alexander Winton on October 10, 1901.
This fact develops due to the fact that Ford was a lover of the innovation and the machinery, besides which I knew that I had the aptitude to create a good car and automobile company, to have the economic support of Detroit to create it. The creation of the company and a car of good quality and economic I gave a consequence, a great opportunity to humanity to be able to acquire a good car and for Ford a great fortune and world recognition.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is all of Henry Ford that died in Lair Fair, USA in April 7 in 1947. Thank you for attention.